This is the future. Evolution.
The Crossing Realms Conference launches September 19th and 20th and will dock in Richmond, Missouri. This is already being called the event of the year, folks. With an unprecedented list of speakers and special guests, 2 days of cryptids, UFOs, and paranormal presentations, along with a celebrity-filled ghost hunt, meet and greet, gallery reading, vendors, and a film screening. This promises to be both educational and fun. Go to Eventbrite.com to secure your tickets and vendor slots before they are all abducted. They're going fast.
Hello, everybody. Broadcasting live from Southern Michigan. It's good old Bigfoot Michigan Rob. This, of course, is Beyond BMR with Krista from the Blinds and the Booze Paranormal Podcast. How are y'all doing tonight? Thank you so much for coming on in tonight. We do have a great show for you. We're having some technical difficulties right now. I have Adam Whitted from Half Inch Wrench Crew coming on in. Talk some Bigfoot, his experiences, what he has going on in Missouri. But with that being said, thanks to one and all for coming on in. I appreciate it. We got our conference coming up in less than a month, you guys. Less than a month. The tickets are on Eventbrite and they're posted at the top. They're pinned at the top of this in the chat room. So thank you so much for that. If you're new here, please subscribe to Bigfoot Michigan Rob on YouTube, The Blinds, and the Booze Paranormal Podcast found on YouTube. Texas Front Porch, Monica Rollins, Our Paranormal World, Paranormal Paul, Truth or Tinfoil, Donnie Cho says stuff. Thanks so much for that. Of course, also the Super Chat's open, a great way to help support what we do around here. So thanks for that. You, mateys, can become BMR Pirates. Join today, join the many, join the few, depending on your point of view. Thank you so much for that. Also, really briefly, before I bring up the lovely Krista, I've got to thank everybody for buying my books found on YouTube. Actually, not on YouTube, you guys. Amazon. Bigfoot Michigan Rob presents True Cryptid Encounters, Book 1 and Book 2. Simply type Bigfoot Michigan Rob in your Amazon browser. They'll pull up. For those of you that have bought the book, please leave a review. It does help promote book sales. So thank you so much for that. Hit the like button, all that good stuff. You guys know what's going on. With that being said, I'm going to bring up Krista. What's happening, Krista?
You see it. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday to you. You always say Happy Tuesday. I'm getting used to it.
That's me and Brandy's little slogan. Doesn't matter what time or what day of the week it is.
Yeah.
It is a happy day because we're here alive and we're breathing, right?
Well, yeah, it's a good way to look at it.
Just saying.
Once you wake up, it's a happy day, right?
It's a happy day. Yep, that's it. Hey, everybody. Real quick before we get going. We've got a couple of friends that are not doing too well, that are very sick. So I wanted to throw out for prayers for Martin Groves and Nellie Turner. Both of them are both sick and not feeling well. And so just keep both of them in your prayers. And Bigfoot Vidette says Krista's out of the basement. I am tonight. I'm out of the basement. I am.
Yeah, she's out of the basement. Yeah.
Back in my familiar surroundings. So yeah.
She's back in the in her other area, the familiar surroundings. No backdrop tonight.
Thursday I'll be down in the
backdrop.
I'll be down in the hole. Yeah.
You'll be down in the dungeon.
Be down in the dungeon. Yep,
Yeah.
Thursday.
I tell you what though. Even when you move through the hole, as you just said, I like that, that black backdrop. It really is kind of cool, actually.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'll have to come up with something for the basement. So I will.
Yeah, you will. And
here's the thing. Sometimes people in my house are noisy.
yeah.
And I have one in my house right now, right in front of me. And can you hear her? She's making cookie brownie, and you can't even hear her. She's quiet.
Yeah, no, I cannot hear her. She's like a little mouse.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, she's making dessert tonight.
Yeah. I seen her a little earlier. She showed a little brownie box. Yeah.
Yep.
Brownies sound good about now. Right around midnight, a little bit of coffee.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's a brownie on the bottom, then I guess chocolate chip cookie on top or something. I don't know.
Man, right.
I know how it is. If you were closer, Rob, I'd give you.
Yeah, I know you would.
Just saying.
Well, who knows? Because I'll be seeing you bright and early on Wednesday.
Yeah.
You'll be picking me up from the airport, and then we're going to be taking off. Then I believe we're taking you right from the airport to
Richmond.
Yeah.
We are. I'm looking forward to it because, we're going to have a good time. It's going to be a fun week.
It's pretty much going to be a week for most.
I know, right? Yeah, you'll be sick of me come Monday. You'll be like, get me on that plane.
It'll be fun.
Yeah, we had a good time last time.
Yeah, we did. And we'll get down there. And this is about a 2-hour ride from your place when we leave?
3 hours.
That's not bad.
No, it's not terrible.
Is there a Buc-ee's on our travel?
No.
Oh, I know. And you hate Buc-ee's anyway.
You're right. That's the wrong person. Now, if you're riding with Brandy, she would stop.
Yeah. Well, when you and I drove last time, I tell you what, down south, and then we were traveling, we got further out of Missouri down south. I got to tell you, all these gas stations, they're not like around where I live. It's just a gas station. Pump your gas, maybe buy a bag of Doritos, that's it.
Right.
But my Lord, I walked into your gas station, or the ones down south.
Mm-hmm.
They have movie theaters in them. They have lockers for truck drivers.
It's truckers.
And they're like a big
stops.
They're like big trucks. Yeah, truck stops. Yeah. But they're very clean. Hell, I could have watched a movie and passed out for a couple hours or so.
And taking a shower too.
Mm-hmm. And taking a shower,
Yeah. Yeah, true story.
Yeah, but
they are.
Huh?
I was just going to say they are, and
I don't know why I like that so much, but I think it's so cool. I don't. And plus, they're clean.
Yes, they are.
The bathrooms are all clean, and they have good food in there.
Now you're talking about Buc-ee's. That's
I know the gas stations you and I went through down there were not Buc-ee's, but they're.
Oh yeah,
they're nice. They're very nice. I like them. I don't know why I'm attracted to that, but it was so cool. What I liked most, they weren't dirty.
No,
you didn't feel like, oh boy, should I buy this or not? How long has this been sitting on the?
Yeah, gas station sushi. Where you get sick or something.
Yeah, right.
No gas station sushi.
Yeah.
Heck no.
Adam should be joining us shortly. I don't know. I haven't. He knows that the show
is. He did message me.
Oh, he did. Okay.
Yes, and he says he's working on it. Camera issues. He says I'm coming. So.
Okay, great. So we have tech issues with Adam, which is fine because we can talk a little bit about. Again, we're talking about the conference a little bit because we're starting to promote it. We have to turn up the promotion because. You guys, it's less than a month away now.
It is. Yep. It is. It's coming up. And, our guest tonight, Adam, he is one that will be there. The Half-Inch French crew coming up.
Yeah, he'll be coming on. And then.
And Thursday. Oh, go ahead.
In those that don't know about this entire event, we've got over 20 speakers and special guests combined.
Mm-hmm.
And we've also have film screens, right? We have, of course, unfortunately, the ghost hunt is booked.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there's going to be a tour if people want to do that tour.
There's 2 different tours that people can do. Yeah. So Haunted Souls is doing the 2 tours, and Terry's group, After Dark Paranormal, is doing the ghost hunt for us. Her and her team. So that way, because us misfits, we will be wore out and tired. We are not going to want to stay till 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, that's why we're doing the pre-party for ticket holders that Thursday.
Right. So we can all sleep in on Friday.
We can sleep in well, yeah, to an extent, right? We still have to be up bright and early for Friday to set up. Well, I think we should probably. Well, you and I will be there Wednesday. I'm setting up all my stuff Wednesday, if we can get in.
I can't get in until Friday.
So I won't be setting. Okay, so there goes that plan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, I can't get into the Eagleton until Friday. They serve the elderly lunch, so we cannot get the keys until after lunch. Till I think it's 11 o'clock. I can go pick up the keys.
Well, we can do whatever we need to do.
Yeah, it's all
I'm
good.
sure we'll pass time somehow.
Yeah.
Really quickly, while we wait for Adam, I guess he is going to join us. He just has some camera issues.
Mm-hmm.
Diane Boss, Wizard Moon, Pops. Is this Pops?
Yes.
Yeah, that's see.
I know it's weird on your channel.
Look how all these different handles are different now. Everyone's got numbers. And Gary Spikes, Senior, 1853. That's weird to me.
Yeah, I know. So Mickey, she said, need help setting up on Friday. We don't, but you're welcome to come and hang with us, Mickey. Absolutely. You and Brandon are welcome anytime.
And I just got a text from Adam. He's trying to join right now. So, yeah, he'll be here shortly. So we're just going to kind of talk a little bit about the conference until he joins us because but I'll say some more hellos to some new people in here. If you're new, please subscribe to Bigfoot Michigan and the Blondes and the Booze Paranormal Podcast. Sam Burton, Jason Finch, hi, Joanne. Jojo, always a pleasure, Jojo from Australia. Mickey G, of course. Hi, Mickey. Always a pleasure. Who else? Bigfoot Fadez. Hello, Bigfoot Fadez. Always great to see you. Hello, Keith from Michigan. Yes, Keith, I'm waiting on my stand. I'll be in touch with you. Brown Dwarf, of course, always Brown Dwarf. Manco 65. Hi, Manco. Good to see you.
I think it was Manco is Edward.
Edward, okay. See,
yeah, I think so because he said that earlier. So it's just weird how we got to figure out your settings, Rob.
You think so, hey?
I think because like on the rest of the show, it's like last night on Texas when I hosted with Brandy, people wasn't like that. So
let's take a look at that then because it's kind of weird. All these people look different. MK Ultra is even different.
I know. So that's what I'm saying.
Unless he might have changed that.
Did you see the comment you put up? Y'all watch the Saturday Night Live video Sushi Glory Hole? No, I haven't.
Yeah, I've not seen that one. Thanks, MK. Yeah. MK Ultra will be on the show when he's done with his what he's got going on. So we had to postpone that. Joe Stewart's in the house. Johnny's Side is in the house.
Yeah.
A bunch of you guys are coming on in here. Seeing people are Kitty. Hello, Kitty Caddy. Always good to see you. Smoky Mountain Wanderer. Thank you for coming in.
So I met Smoky Mountain Wanderer over in Townsend, Tennessee. He's a very nice guy, and he helped hold the fort down. Literally, when the tents were blowing away, he helped save them.
Oh, awesome. Well, thank you for that, Smoky.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. We like Smoky Mountain Wanderer. He hung out with us that day. Yep.
Thanks for that, Smoky. Andres. I can't read every. Carizales. Thank you. Of course, Andres comes in all the time. Thanks, Andres.
Yep. I believe Andres is from PRT, one of the PRT people.
Yep. Danny Staten, of course, from North Carolina, I believe it is.
Yeah. Lots of people coming in. I just heard a doop.
I just heard a dupe. Sounds like our guest is figured out things. So
Yep.
Paranormal Paul's in the house. Gary, again, everybody, thanks for coming on in.
Yeah.
And it looks like I'm going to pull up Adam and see what's going on here.
Sorry.
It's okay,
You're good,
man.
Adam.
You know, I was kind of nervous because I thought, because you live in Missouri,
Yeah.
and I thought 9 o'clock. You thought 9 o'clock your time, which is 8 o'clock, and So then, I guess Krista said you had a.
Well, I told him.
technical issue.
If you told him,
Yeah.
9 o'clock,
And
he might have thought.
Oh, go
I
ahead.
used
Awkward.
this camera when I do a podcast. So the lighting's normally a lot better and the video's a lot better, but I could not get it to work.
You're good.
Well,
You look fine.
First of all, you look good. It's nice and clear, and you're coming through crisp. Very clean. So.
Are you in the
Okay, good.
ambulance?
Yes, I am.
That's
The
awesome.
lighting's kind of down, so we're using the mag light.
Hey, it
So
So what
works.
did you
Keep it
say?
lit
You're in
here.
an ambulance?
Yeah. Kind of
Oh,
show
yeah.
you around a little bit.
Yeah, I gotta see this.
It's his Bigfoot mobile. It's cooler than shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Of course, when you move around, you're gonna lose some feed.
All
But
right.
so that's the actual traveling machine that you use on your investigations, and when you go out looking for the Sasquatch.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. That's what we try to use it for. It's had a lot of quirks we've had to work up, but it's been working really well for us. It's easy to put all of our equipment in here and just be able to hop in and go instead of spending 2 or 3 hours trying to get everything loaded up and then go in and have to unpack everything.
Here's a message from Joe and Jesse for you, Adam. It says, Adam, we talked to you guys big time at the conferences. Joe and Jesse are awesome guys. If you haven't subscribed, go to their channel. They are great investigators and just as good as people.
Yes, I was in their show earlier and popped in, getting ready for this show. So yes, Hellbent Holler, subscribe on YouTube if not already.
Yep.
Adam,
Yes.
thank you. Despite the little difficulties, great to have you on the show. Great to meet you in person coming up here. And like me and Krista were talking under a month now, bro. So that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited. I am so excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too. There's so many cool people are going to be there. There's at least 20 special guests and speakers. This is going to be, this conference, everybody's going to be fantastic because we're talking everything with all of, little events we have going on. So, Adam, again, it's a pleasure. Thanks for coming on.
He has one question, real quick.
Yeah.
Adam, are you bringing the ambulance? Mickey G asked.
I'm going to try to.
Awesome.
We've been working on it, trying to get all the bugs worked out of it. We just redid the fuel system on it, so
cool.
Well, yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
We're just hoping it stays together.
So that's Krista. This would be cool. Okay, let's say Adam brings down the ambulance. We've got
2 other haunted cars.
We have 2 haunted cars are going to be here.
Yep.
And is there an additional vehicle that I heard is coming on down, or just the additional haunted car?
Just the 2 haunted cars, and then with
Adam's Squatch Mobile.
That's it
for his investigations. It's gonna be a blowout, hell of a time. And Adam, let's just get into it. For those that do not know you, your channel is the Adam the Half-Inch Wrench Crew on YouTube. I have Adam's links posted here in the show notes. How'd you get started with this, man?
Okay, so as far as the YouTube channel, we were a bunch of rednecks racing lawnmowers, and
I'm with you. I'm redneck too.
Well, I love a redneck racing a lawnmower. Trust me, I love those lawnmower engines. They go fast.
We got to a somewhat professional level where we were traveling around the country racing for national events, and we had a lot of fun. And it was just kind of a small name that we gave ourselves. It never went anywhere, so I just titled our YouTube page that name.
That's cool.
But as far as Bigfoot stuff, that's when
really quickly though, Adam, before you go on, because I was wondering the Half-Inch Wrench Crew, and I said, what in the hell does that have to do with Bigfoot? And now what you just explained to me makes perfect sense.
Yep.
There's a lot of half-inch wrench bolts on a lawnmower.
Yeah, it is, man.
We've been walking around just a half-inch wrench. All right, let's work on it. Let's take it apart, put it back together. That's all we really need.
There you go.
So anyway, diverting back to the original question. Hey, you're in this Bigfoot field now, cryptid field, paranormal. What got you started?
All of my grandmother's stories growing up, talking about it and scaring us as children, keep us in the yard. But at some point, and after I graduated high school, hearing all of her stories, I was just really superstitious about everything.
Mm-hmm.
But when I seen my first "what was that" is when I switched to okay, there's stuff out there.
Right.
I seen those red eyes that ran up behind the truck, and months before that, I was making fun of my friend who had originally seen it for saying that these eyes were glowing. Like, it's not possible. You just don't know what you're talking. You maybe you've seen a squirrel or a raccoon or something, but when I seen them, my life changed, and I was scared to go outside for a long time, and it kind of ruined hunting for me for like the first year and a half. But after telling people that, this is what I seen, because I'm telling you, Rob, it messed me up. Seeing something like that really messed me up. So after telling people, and then me getting the same reaction that I was giving my friend, kind of convinced me, like, okay, I'll prove you wrong. But with everything that's happening here and has been happening, I was thinking to myself, we have really good chances of catching this thing on camera. Right. We can, this has happened every week. It seemed like something would happen. So I'm like, we get cameras. We're gonna have the new Patterson Gimlin footage because it just keeps happening. I mean, me personally, I've only seen one. Other than the red eyes, I've only seen one Bigfoot, and I didn't get a good look at it. But I know that was without a doubt a Bigfoot. I mean, me and two other people seen it. But after that, we just started getting more expensive equipment, trying to get better footage, just trying harder. But that's pretty well how I got into it, was trying to prove people wrong.
It's funny, though, you say you've only had one Bigfoot encounter. Hey, I know people 30 years in the field haven't had any encounters. So that's saying something, really. I mean.
What do you...
That's kind of what funded this ambulance is. My brother lives a mile from us, and that's where most of the stuff happens. So, like I said, when he calls it, hey, get over here. It's over there. And then I have to hurry up and grab everything and run over there. It takes me, in a rush, probably 6 minutes to get there, which seems pretty fast because he just lives right around the corner from me. Right. So with this ambulance, all I got to do is put the key in the ignition and go. And my cameras are already in here. So that was cutting a lot of time out of that because... And that's why I got the thermal drone, too. My thoughts was I can deploy it here, fly to his house while it's happening, get some footage, wham, bam, everything's done. We got the footage. But it's been harder than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. Adam has invited Brandy and I to his place. And I want to tell you, we're going to take you up on it this fall, for sure.
Come on down.
Yep, we will. We will, absolutely.
And you are in Missouri, correct, Adam?
Yes, Southeast Missouri.
Yep. So do you go to, what is it, Daniel Boone? The forest out there? Where do you go around in Missouri? Do you do all your research in Missouri?
All of my research has been in Missouri for the most part. We do have trips to go to Oklahoma and down in Hellbent Holler's neck of the woods. We talked about Minnesota. I've been to Washington and spent almost a week there. But I didn't have a whole lot of luck while we were there. But that's our plan, is to kind of go different places and check different things out.
Yeah.
You know what? I find it refreshing, though, because, everybody knows about Washington and Washington State, Northern California. And what I love about people in the field that explore like their home states, Missouri, Michigan, Ohio, the Appalachian country, which is vast. I think that these, to me personally, yeah, of course, everyone thinks, about Washington State as a home of Bigfoot, but the home of Bigfoot is really the lower 48 and Alaska, as far as I'm concerned. What do you think about that?
Yeah. Washington just looks super squatchy. And I couldn't imagine walking through there, because you can't just get off the road and walk in the woods like you can here in Missouri or Tennessee or Kentucky or any other state. It is so thick that you can't hardly put your feet down. It's that thick, and it's just straight hills. I could see where people would have activity. I'm not saying they ain't in there, but they're definitely in there. But it looks more squatchy, and I think it just gives more people them vibes.
I'm sure it's got that vibe. I've never been to the West Coast, and I'm going to have to venture to the West Coast. I just can't understand it. A picture only tells so many stories until you've been there personally, put boots on the ground there.
Right. And Lil Patty asked if you're near Springfield. Lil Patty, he's on the other side of the state.
Yeah. We're on the Mississippi side.
Okay.
Yeah. He's not really that far from me, Rob.
Okay.
He's on my side. Between Brandy and I. He's probably halfway between Brandy and myself.
Okay, well, pretty close. Yeah, both sides.
We've been down that area when we went to Alabama.
So tell me about these. Let's see, we can go wherever you want with this. I'd like to hear about your encounter or what you allegedly thought was a Bigfoot. What about the red eye encounter? What was that all about?
Okay, so.
So.
We lost him. He'll be back. He'll be back.
There he is.
Oh, there he is. He's back.
He is in a squash mobile, everybody. So his connection is probably a little loose. There he is.
There he is.
I don't know what happened. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
It just started doing it.
You're back.
All right.
It's live
It's the government.
TV. It's there. Oh yeah.
I told you they were watching me. No. So what started the red eye thing was my friend Cody, who again he lives about a mile the other way, or used to, and he was in high school, and I was 2 years graduated out of high school, so he's a couple years younger than me. I grew up with Cody because we rode the bus together. And, my little brother Shelby, he went to school with Cody, and we were all super close. And he went to town in his little Honda car he had, and he had found out that the girl he was dating was pregnant. And they were still in school, so it was kind of a big deal for him. So when he came home, he was a young kid, freaking out. Thought his life was over because now he's got a baby on the way. And, everything's just not going right for him mentally. And he drives past this old schoolhouse down here by Millstream Gardens. And he said standing in a ditch was something with red eyes. He didn't know what it was, but it had big red eyes. And no sooner than he passes this thing, his car breaks down. It blows the motor. It threw a rod through the side of the block. So where the schoolhouse is at and where his driveway is, you could literally see the two. So he coasted from where this thing was standing to his driveway. And he couldn't pull in the driveway to go up to the carport where he normally parks his car. So he calls me, hey, can you come over and help me? My car's broke down. And he sounded like he was out of breath. I'm like, yeah, man, I'll run down there and help you. So I go down there. I help him push his car up to the carport. He tells me that his girlfriend Megan was pregnant. And then he says, I think it has something to do with the red eyes I just seen. Everything just came apart when I seen those eyes. And I just kind of, you're crazy, Cody. You didn't see that. It was probably reflectors, mailbox reflector. And he was just, I seen it. So a few months go by. A couple times he had walked to my house in the middle of the night to play video games or something. But he would always walk to the house. One night he walked to the house. I kind of met him halfway, not quite halfway, and jumped out and tried to scare him. And it didn't work because Cody wasn't really scared of anything. So one night he's walking to the house and it's dark and he calls me. And when you had a cell phone at that house, you had to have your cell phone in the window by the front door because you did not get service anywhere else in the house. That's where it had to be. You'd put it up in the window frame, and that's where it had to be. So I answered. He's like, all right, come on out. I know it was you. I know it was you messing with me. And I was thinking, what the hell is he talking about? I said, what's going on? He said, I seen you with those red eyes. You made a set of red eyes. I seen it. It was you. It was you. All right, come on out. It's not funny no more. I'm like, Cody, I'm at the house, and the window by the front door. I was like, can't you hear the front door? And I'm like opening the door and shutting it. And he got kind of quiet. And he says, come get me right now. Come get me right now. So I'm thinking, all right, okay, all right, what's going on? He's like, I seen him. I seen the red eyes. Come get me now. I'm like, okay, calm down. I'm coming. And but by that time, he just started screaming bloody murder. Like, I thought he was dying. I've never heard him scream like that. And I run outside, jumped in the truck, didn't grab a gun, not even a knife, not a flashlight, just took off running like an idiot. If a mountain lion would have had a hold of him, if I'd have got there, there would have been nothing I could have done with just my hands. I don't know what I was thinking. So I get in the truck, I fly out my driveway down the road. He had almost run that entire distance. And I get there, and this truck had a bench seat in it. And when he got in the truck, he sat in the middle of the truck. He was scared that whatever was chasing him was going to come in that truck and get him. So I go back to the garage because Dad had this big garage. And that was our hangout spot. I get him inside. I get him calmed down, and he is just shook up. I mean, he is broken. I've never seen him do that. I watched him go through so many things with his brothers, his mom, and his dad, and nothing ever really seemed to make him cry and be in the shape that he was in. But this had just completely ruined him.
Wow.
So I get him calmed down. I'm like, tell me what happened. He says, I thought you were messing with me. He said, that's when I called you. And he had a little BlackBerry cell phone. And he said, I heard them doors. He said he took his phone and held it up with the screen, and he said those eyes were right in front of him.
Jeez.
And that's when he started screaming, But
wow.
After all that took place, then I was kind of 50-50. I'm like, he's kind of messed up. Maybe he's not lying. I've never seen my friend like that. And fast forwarding all the way to the point where Megan is having a baby. She's having Bella, Cody's firstborn child. She's, I think, 14 now. But Cody was living with his mom, and all this stuff was going on. They're having a baby. They're young kids. She was dating a guy, and they broke up, and they were together for a while, and all of his stuff was there. And they called me from the hospital and said, hey, me and Darren broke up. He's not just supposed to come get his stuff until I get home from the hospital. Can you please go check on the house and make sure he has not been there and tried to get in the house? So I told Cody's mom I would do that. I went down there, and when I pulled in the driveway, all I seen was he had a dirt car. It was like a little 4-cylinder dirt car sitting on a trailer in the carport. And when I pulled in there, I seen that, and I thought, well, if I was coming to get things, that'd probably be the first thing I'd grab. And so I pull up to the house, and they had like a teardrop-shaped driveway. It was like a circle driveway, but we never used the circle driveway. We'd always pull up in front of the front door and then back up and then go back out. And when I pulled in there, I pulled up in front of the door, and the door was fine. Nothing looked. I didn't get out of the truck, and I almost did. But when I put the truck in reverse, when those reverse lights kicked on, and I looked in the rearview mirror, is when I seen what I thought was motorcycle taillights behind the truck.
Oh boy!
And I kind of looked at him. I'm looking at it. We're making eye contact in the mirror, and I'm looking at him, thinking, "What? There wasn't a motorcycle there a minute ago." And I noticed at that point they was moving towards the truck, and I just felt my body just go, "Holy crap!" Just my soul left my body. It scared me so bad. And when they got right up to the edge of the truck, they was taller than the back of the truck.
No,
and
the
they
eyes,
stopped.
right? You mean
Yeah,
about
the
just
eyes.
the eyes?
That's all I could see was the eyes. It got right up to the back of the truck, and they were taller. This thing was taller than the bed of the truck, and this is a big four-wheel drive truck. So I knew it wasn't an animal. I knew this was something tall, and it started bobbing its head left to right real fast. And I didn't get a look at it because I didn't give it a chance. If it had come any closer, I'd probably died of a heart attack. And that was
And
my
again, the eyes, correct?
Yes, the
Bobby
eyes.
back.
That's all I've seen.
I find that so fascinating. It's not the first time I've heard that before. I've heard red eyes, following people home from the wood line. I've heard people see them the mirror of their car, the reflection, and never seen quite the image, but they see these red eyes. And what you bring up is fascinating because I've heard people tell me things about red eyes 4 foot off the ground, then they rise 6 foot, 8 foot, but it's just the eyes. And I was, when I heard these stories and talked to these folks, it's like, okay, but you didn't see an image. Well, no, much like yourself, but it's like, that's why I love doing these shows because it corroborates the data, right? I mean, you don't have to see a figure. That was something. Now, you personally, in your heart of hearts, thinks it was a cryptid, Bigfoot, or do you think maybe it was something more nefarious?
I started researching animals with red eyes, and the word Bigfoot kept coming up. Like, these were like they weren't almond shaped, they're like teardrop shaped, like you'd see on a Harley,
Okay.
kind of spread
Yeah, right.
apart. And that's why I thought motorcycle, because they were kind of low to the ground at first. But when they come up that hill, because that's kind of on a hill like that where you'd pull in and you'd back up over the hill and go back down. And there's a field there. So when I pulled in, there was nothing there. But I initially thought motorcycle because they were that bright. I don't think they were glowing because they were like more of a laser, like, what eye shine looks like, but they were a little bit more pronounced. That's the only reason I associated it with Bigfoot is because you keep looking on that and you start hearing all these stories. Its eyes were bloodshot red, blood moon red. I'm thinking, that's had to have been what it was.
Right.
And, one thing to add about Cody, when he said he was running from it, he said it would let him get some distance on it. It would catch right back up. Let it
That's
get more
scary.
distance and then catch right back up. He said every time he did that, he thought he was dead. Like he could hear it coming. Boom, 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 boom. And it just, I couldn't imagine. I could not imagine. I'm glad I didn't get out of that truck.
That would freak me out. I got to say, that would be, especially like catching up with you. It was toying with him, it sounds like to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have just had a heart attack.
You and me both.
Can I ask you where you currently live? Now, do you live in the woods? Do you live in a subdivision in the city? I kind of know where Krista lives, but then I can see Krista's kind of like a subdivision type thing.
No, I live kind of out in the sticks.
Okay, you live out in the
still
sticks.
Hear
So, Rob, you went through his town when we were going to Alabama, going down that one long highway. There was a bunch of hills. We were still in Missouri, on the Missouri side, but you went through his town.
Okay, so you got the forest surrounding your area, the woods.
Yeah.
And have you heard sounds from those woods by your place at night?
Oh, all the time.
Okay.
All the time. Yeah, it's you hear a lot of vocalizations out here. I haven't really documented very good ones. Miguel from Sasquatch Theory, when he was down, there was another researcher. We had a bunch of people there this night, and his audio captured 2 really clear whoops that woke us all up in the middle of the night. That was really cool to catch that. But oh man, I seen those eyes, and then I seen the one standing in front of the camper, and that's when I actually seen it. But sort of, it was standing in front of my dad's camper in the backyard. You know how they have the floodlights on them?
Yep.
That thing was standing in front of that floodlight, and it was, swaying back and forth, bobbing up and down. My friend Josh noticed it, and me and Shelby looked, and we were sitting there watching it, and we tried to get up there and get video footage. All we had at the time was GoPros. If we'd have had a thermal like we have now, we'd have got it. All this stuff is what's talked me into spending all this money, and if I just get a thermal, we got this in the bag. Yeah, you hear a lot of stuff out here.
I hear you. There is a lot of crazy stuff. I think Missouri is underestimated in the with the cryptids. I really truly believe that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because we have a lot of activity here.
I think Miguel said it's in the top 10.
Yeah. I would almost even push it up even more than that, because we've got a lot of land out here that is not even inhabited, that people haven't even gone through yet. You know what I'm saying?
You guys have the Daniel Boone National Forest, don't you?
We have the Ozark.
Is that the Ozark? Where's Daniel Boone at?
Daniel Boone is Kentucky.
Why does Brandy always bring that up? She goes there all the time or something?
Daniel Boone is Kentucky. Daniel Boone actually. So Daniel Boone's house is close to, not too far from where I'm at, from that Emmaus village that we go to, the Emmaus Asylum. Daniel Boone's house is right there. So probably where
I knew you guys were the Ozarks, but I don't know why I'm thinking Daniel Boone, because Brandy she must have been there quite often. I associate with that. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, our area is Mark Twain National Forest.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we've got that.
Mark Twain, Daniel Boone, just they're,
one's a writer, one's an explorer.
Yeah, right. They're the same people. That's what it is. My bad. I apologize, everybody. Mark Twain. Yes. But Mark Twain and Daniel Boone are both creepy, but Missouri's creepy too. Because Adam, as you well know, Krista's got Dogman Road, for God's sakes, where she lives.
Over by Emmaus. Adam and I have talked about that place. I actually invited Adam over there in September with us.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to check that place out.
Yep.
So, Adam, what have you found when you go out, like when you go out in your investigations, looking around? Because I love when I looked on your YouTube channel. Something about hunting Bigfoot, but it was something pretty cool. I put it on the thumbnail. If you do you take reports from folks and go out and look, or are you just pretty much independent guy just searching for Bigfoot? And you have a team, correct? Or is it just, I know you have another
we're
partner,
pretty independent. I got my little brother Shelby and my dad. Sometimes Brittany and Sabrina, my sister-in-law, my wife, they get out there when we can't keep up with it. As far as interviewing people, I did interview a couple of my friends over last weekend that came up, and we camped out here and listened. And I recorded their stuff. But it's just, we're just kind of rolling with the punches, really. I would love to full-time this. I think we could get more evidence if we did.
Well, yeah, it's all trial and error, and it's a lot of sitting around and collecting nothing, as Krista well knows. And you talked about the red eyes, and was that the same encounter with which you thought was a Bigfoot, or was that separate?
Separate.
Oh, okay.
So I seen those. I seen that thing with red eyes in, like, I want to say 2010, 2011, and then the one that we seen standing in front of the camper was about 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago.
Ooh.
And we were out looking for it, and we walked past Dad's camper to get into our spot, and that thing was standing up there in between us and the house, and that was not a good feeling.
Wow.
Wow.
We've casted a few tracks. The first 3 or 4 we tried was terrible. They turned out so terrible. It's like the stuff soaked into the ground, and it turned out horrendous. But we actually got one to take.
That's awesome.
It's here somewhere. I had Jeff Meldrum look at it, and he actually signed it. Let's see.
That's cool.
I don't know where it's at.
Bring it to the conference.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
Just don't do what just don't do what I did.
What's that?
When I was going through the what do you call that, TSA? Is that
Oh, he's not flying. He'll be driving. He don't live
okay. Yeah, I had an
Remember, he's in
experience.
Missouri.
I brought a cast to coming home from a conference, and I got I made a smart aleck remark. And got pulled out of the line. Yeah, my bag got confiscated and went through because I said that that's just a Bigfoot track. It's not cocaine baked into a plaster.
Oh no!
Yeah. So I had 20 people.
Watch your mouth, man.
I had 20 people surround me, but good old BMR started telling Bigfoot stories and showed them proof that I was at a conference. And guess what? I started telling stories to all the officers. They dug me, and I missed my plane home. That's how into it we got.
Oh my god!
True story. But never, mention the drug word or anything else. But that was my bad. I
could see Rob like, it's not cocaine.
Yes, I said it. I said, look, it's not baked in cocaine, dude. It's a Bigfoot, impression.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You're coming with us, mister, and so is your baggage. It was funny now, not so funny then, but then I smooth them all over. I just have that knack. But anyways, this is not about me, but so your Bigfoot encounter then, man, how was that different than what made you think that you're pretty sure it was a Bigfoot? Or walk us through that.
So when it was standing in front of the light doing its bobbing up, it was going up and down and side to side. So when we got down to what we call the tractor tire, we all sit on a tire. It's a great big tire. We turned off our lights, and you could see a light down in the woods. And in order to see that light, you had to stand in the perfect spot. I'm sure you can relate to that. You can see something, but the sticks are in the way. I did that. Shelby and Josh couldn't see it, so they had to stand where I was at. Shelby could, he's seen it, and then Josh did it. And, our eyes were just starting to get, familiar with the darkness. Shelby is holding his hand up in the air, looking at the light on that camper. It was super bright, and he can see his hand. He goes, "What light is that up there?" I said, "Oh, that's Dad's camper light." And he's looking at his hands, like, "That thing's bright." Like, yeah, it is. And then Josh says, "Yeah, but what's that moving in front of it?" So me and Shelby are looking, and this thing is standing in front of that light. And the reason I say it was Bigfoot is because it had no neck like a person would have. It was just head to shoulders. Almost like a person with a hoodie on, a big hood. And when I say it was bobbing left to right, it was doing it extremely fast. I mean, just boom, 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 up and down, left and right.
Yeah.
And I could only see basically from about the chest up. I didn't see how long its arms were or its legs because it was standing in front of the light. So we could only see really the outside of it. And that was amazing and frightening at the same time. It was like, we're going to get Bigfoot. Why did we do this? What have we done? Why are we in here? We have to go that way to get out of here. I ran up there, and I'm thinking when I turned my light on to see when I was running up there that it seen our light and took off. It was like it was doing the same thing we were doing, when we were trying to see that light. Like, we turned our lights off, and it was trying to watch us, and it was like it was doing the same thing, but our lights weren't on. And when I turned that light on is when it took off.
Yeah.
Now, that light, if, I'm right at 6 foot tall. If I stand there and hold my hand up, I can almost touch that light. And this thing was blocking that light out. So this it would either had to have been a person standing on top of the picnic table, or it had to have been 9 foot, 10 foot tall.
Wow.
Wow.
It was. I do have that on our channel, but like I said, it's back in our GoPro days when that's really all we had.
Sure.
All it really is audio. Because I mean, every now and then you can see when we turn our lights on. You remember, look, I think I titled it Episode 0 because it just didn't turn out very good. I didn't really upload it.
Yeah.
But
So
after I tell that story, I'm like, I should put it on there.
I have a question for you. So, you know, I've been out in the woods, and actually one time I was with Miguel, and we heard like a rooster howling, you know, doing its thing, cock-a-doodle doing. And at Emmaus too, we've also heard owls, but you can tell there's a difference. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. For me, anyway, I can tell the difference between a real owl and something mimicking it. What are your thoughts about that? Have you guys heard, you know, like natural animals, or what are your thoughts about the Sasquatch mimicking?
I think they do that. I can relate to what you're saying because I live out here, and that's really all you hear is the owls, the whippoorwills, those big cranes that fly, the blue herons. Those things make a lot of noise. They'll scare you when you walk up on one. They when they fly off, they're loud. But you can tell the difference when you hear owls whole life, and then you hear one that sounds like it's a giant. You know, 4 or 5 times louder than it should be.
Right.
And you could tell the pitch is off on some of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know what you saw. I think they do mimic stuff. We've heard things mimic people talking out here.
Oh, like, wow.
Not like, hey, was that somebody talking? Like somebody trying to get your attention, like hello, or saying your name. Things like that, and I can't explain that stuff. So you know, it's either paranormal or it's one of those things out there being impish and messing around with us. Yeah,
I couldn't agree more, honestly. Because you know, the first time we heard it, I'm like, "Whoa, that sounds like an owl, but that's not an owl." You know, so you know, upon investigating it a little more, you know, we come to the conclusion because we were hearing owls too. We were actually hearing real owls, but then it was something that was almost answering, if that makes sense, you know?
Yep.
And it it sounded different than the real owl. So, yeah, I just wanted your thoughts on that.
I think a good friend of mine too, real quick, good friend of mine too, Rags says 800-pound plus owls. And that's, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
800-pound plus owl. Yeah.
Yeah. We've all got them in our trees, don't we?
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
Same thing with the roosters crowing, because I'm telling you, like, Miguel and I heard it.
I tell you what, 800-pound owl will scare off anybody. All I have in my garden is a 24-inch owl right in the back of the middle of my garden. Keeps everything away.
Yeah.
Everything.
That's why people do that. I never knew that. I thought that was just decoration.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's a cool decoration, but it does. Yeah, it keeps the birds. They don't fly over. Squirrels, all little rodents. They don't go near it.
You know, another question I have for you, Adam, too, is like, you know, I've heard things during the day out there at Emmaus, and I know I keep referring to Emmaus, but I go out there all the time, and you know that's where we've been like doing our work lately, and you know, we've heard things during the day. However, like the last time we were there, be 2 weeks ago Saturday, and it was like 1:30 in the morning. We went out and we were knocking on some trees, and we actually even played the Sierra Sounds, and we started getting the howls. My thoughts are, do you think that like these creatures like sleep maybe during the day and then they're up at night? Because I know like when Miguel was out there and my friend Jay was camping out there, it got active, you know, when they were trying to sleep. So I just wonder if they, you know, maybe sleep during the day and up at night.
I'm kind of 50-50 on that. Like for example, with my family, most of it has been in the evening time when it's dark or just before sun goes down. But Miguel, he's a close friend of mine. All of his sightings were in the middle of the day. So it's like, are they nocturnal? Are they not nocturnal? Some of the clearest whoops that I've ever heard in my life, I was bow hunting in Sarah Barton Murphy with my friend Josh. We drove the truck deep down in there, and we got out of the truck, and we got our arrows and stuff, and we got our little chairs. It was opening weekend. It was hot that year. It was super hot. We were sweating. We start walking in, and we only made it 20 foot, and we hear whoop, whoop, whoop for probably 10 minutes. Did you guys hear that owl?
I did not.
An owl right outside the ambulance. I got my doors open so I get better Wi-Fi signal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, this thing's whooping. We even whooped back, and this was in the middle of the day. It was an evening hunt. I'd say 2:50, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and it was whooping in the middle of the day. And that's right out there and that's kind of Miguel met was. He's like, "Hey, are you familiar with this road?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's where we go Bigfoot hunting." And he's like, "No kidding. I've been going to this guy's house right here at this spot, and it was right next to each other." So it was like he's like saying there's stuff in there, and I'm saying there's stuff in there, and then that's pretty much how we hit it off as friends. But yeah. I don't know. They're kind of hit and miss. They're kind of like people. Some probably goes off of their hunt, how well their hunt went.
Sure. Yeah, I get that. I get that too. What do you think about some of these maybe like being misidentified creatures? I get not the bear thing because people can tell between a bear and a Bigfoot. I mean, that's obvious. But like you hear of like gugways or janosquas or even a dog man. Maybe, it's different. Like somebody had asked earlier, a different breed or whatever of a Bigfoot, like there are different types of aliens. Do you believe there's different types of Bigfoot? And maybe, they say, oh, it's a dog band, but maybe it was just a scary looking Bigfoot. What are your thoughts on that?
I believe that because there's different colored ones. And then, like there's a big thing on the length of the arm. Like there's like a channel, I think it's called Think-a-Thunker, where he breaks down and measures the arms compared to the legs.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he can tell whether it's human or not human just by the length of the arms.
Yeah.
But I also think that not all of them are going to have long arms. I think that some of them would have short arms because we've got all these different looking tracks. You've got some with mid-tarsal breaks. You've got some without mid-tarsal breaks. You've got handprints that have 5 fingers, and you've got some that have 6 fingers in them.
Absolutely.
Everybody describes a different thing, like you said, like the gugway has like a partial snout.
Right.
I think there is different species.
The gugway really is even, I think, a totally different creature altogether.
Well, some people, they see it. So, I've heard of people maybe thinking it's a dog man, but maybe in actuality, because to me, it could look kind of like a dog man, a gugway could. Like he said, like Adam said, it's got the longer snout,
I do know this about the gugway, not from personal experience. A gugway will, if it sees you alone in the woods, you're done.
They will eat you.
They're called the face eater.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, they're not cool.
I'm hoping that Will Lunsford, when he comes to the conference,
oh yeah,
I'm gonna have him show you. He's got the picture on his phone, and he has one of the only pictures I have seen of a gugway. It is fantastic.
I want to see that so bad.
Yeah, I will definitely introduce him to you.
Yeah.
Tell him to bring the pictures, and I'll bring the cast.
Really quickly, Adam, for everybody that's in the chat room, please subscribe. I've got Adam's YouTube channel posted here on the show. It's the Half Inch Wrench Crew on YouTube.
Thank you.
Go check him out. He's got a ton of subscribers. He does a great job. Just click on the link, during this show or after the show. And if you're new here, please subscribe to good old BMR and Krista.
Yeah.
The Blondes and the Booze Paranormal Podcast, Bigfoot Michigan Rob. And of course, I see Hellbent Holler. Check them out. Subscribe to them. And but anyways, I just want to throw that out there I see a lot of newer people, probably a lot of your fans or subscribers. So thanks to everybody for coming on in and hit that like button.
to my crew, subscribe to Krista and Blondes and Blues Paranormal and BMR. Don't forget Hellbent.
Thank you.
If you don't, you're missing out.
Absolutely.
And there's my Amy. She's Amy Creel, my first ADR. She's not walking the plank tonight. She never does. You could become a BMR pirate tonight, by the way. Perfect segue. And of course, super chats are open. Donations not expected. Always appreciated.
Amy will be at the conference.
I know. I seen that. I can't wait to meet Miss Amy, my first matey. And did you know that on Thursday, that is, believe it or not, you know, these national days. Today is National Spaghetti Day. Today is National.
I did not know that.
That is National Pirate Day on Thursday when we're at the conference. So now BMR's gotta come up for something. Arr, for all my pirates. Conference. Arr, yes, our ladies. National Pirate Day on Thursday. Crazy how that worked out.
That works.
Yes.
I was trying to find that cast, but I have.
Yeah.
It's probably on the outside box.
I did see the cast on one of your videos. I believe you showed it.
Yeah, it is. I was super proud of it when we got it. I was like, I finally did it.
Yeah,
the first piece of real evidence.
Yeah, well, hey, I got to ask you something. You've been doing this. How many years you've been really thoroughly investigating this stuff?
We've been trying for. I mean, we did it, with a group of friends here and there throughout the year. We've been doing it probably 8 years.
Okay.
Publicly doing it on YouTube
for
3 years.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I've only been doing this for about 3 years, but on YouTube. But okay, I got to ask you this. I love asking this because I've come across so many different paranormal elements. Thank you to Keith. Hey, all right, Keith. Right on cue. Keith from Michigan. There are 5 new pirate members tonight. Thank you, Keith. My good buddy from the state of Michigan, who also will be at the conference. Thanks, Keith. I love you, brother.
Yeah, Mickey, she's in chat. She's going to be there. There's quite a few in chat that will be at the conference.
Quite a few people in chat that are going to be there. But getting back to that, Adam, 8 years in the field, or just really diving into this, we all find that the more you look into the subject matter and the more you study different things, because now for me, I think everything is thank you. Free Your Mind's Not Walking the Plank. She's been a member for 7 months.
Yeah, she's great.
If she is a she. Thank you. Yeah,
she is.
Like blue hair. She got blue hair.
She's awesome. She's awesome.
You're awesome. Yes, Free is awesome. Free Your Mind is awesome. Very awesome. Okay, back to that. I'll start over again. I'm finding that the more you look into these things and the more people you talk to, that I think that these, not the cryptid. Now, the cryptids know your intentions when you go in the forest, whether it's Bigfoot, Dogman, or what have you. But also, though, so does these spirits and these nefarious dwellers of the forest that are, not, they're metaphysical, right? Now, Bigfoot could be metaphysical. I think they probably are to an extent. But how do you determine now sometimes when you're being tricked? Like if something knows that, hey, I'm Adam, I'm looking for Bigfoot. How do you know that sometimes when you hear things in the forest that it's not something else pretending to be Bigfoot? You ever come across that?
That's a good thought. And I try not to think about that. And I hope that thing that's over there hollering is going to be at least a Bigfoot. And if best case scenario, it's not Bigfoot, it's maybe, another person. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I am actually scared when I go out and do this.
I do not blame.
This is my metal tent. When they say, hey, let's go camping, like, can I get my ambulance in there? I don't want to, because I don't really sleep when we go out. If I'm going to be in a tent, I'm just like that the whole time. But as far as the paranormal stuff, that's a thought there to think that, like I think I'd mentioned one time that, if let's say Bigfoot is just an animal that's undiscovered species, and let's say skinwalkers are real and they can shapeshift,
Mhm.
why couldn't they shapeshift into a Sasquatch, for example? If they are animals, maybe a skinwalker is doing the same thing, and I've done said that name way too many times out
Sure.
here. But um, yeah, that's I don't know. It's just a whole nother what if.
See,
Well, yeah,
my thinking is, I've said this many times on my show, Rob's show, that thank you, Free Your Mind.
Thank you, Free. And also quickly too, thanks to Free Your Mind and Mr. Spikes Pops, 18-month prior. Remember, thank you, Pops.
So my thoughts, I understand that people hear mind speak and they talk to these Bigfoots. However, I've delved in the paranormal world for a long time and I've studied demonology, and I can tell you that a demonic entity is very patient and they will do whatever they can do to get to someone. So if someone's out in the woods and they want to hear a Bigfoot really, really bad, why can't a demonic entity portray itself as a Bigfoot where you just opened yourself up to something? Does that make sense what I'm saying?
yeah, I have wondered that too.
Yeah, I truly, truly believe that people hear it. I do. However, how do you know that it's actually a Bigfoot that you're talking to?
Well, it's well said, because with this thing making all this noise and showing itself, it seemed like the more money you spend, the less stuff happens. And it's like,
Right.
I've wondered if that thing's maybe a demon and
Yeah.
tricking me to spending money just to look even crazier.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've got, oh, I don't know. I don't even know what I've got in it, all this. It's shameful.
It's not cheap. I know. I get it.
It's not cheap. And boy, I never thought about some demon tricking you into spending more money. But I got to tell you, I don't admit to this too often live on a show, but Krista knows I'm kind of a fraidy cat. I must admit, I am very much like yourself when it comes to the paranormal. Not really the paranormal. I am scared of demons. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I think I've come across a demon or two in my lifetime. And the reason I believe they exist is because I believe in God. Therefore, I believe in the devil. So these things exist. But I cannot pull myself away from going on these podcasts and listening to all these stories about exorcisms.
Yeah.
And how these lost souls or all these demons roam our forests, much where I live, that pretend to grab you. If they know you're a Bigfoot investigator or researcher, they know that. And they want to lure you into their realm. To me, that is scary as hell, So I never believe in the protections and the things I've learned from Krista and Brandy throughout the years. But I got to tell you, man, I would go full bore armored because you just don't know what's in the forest.
No, you don't.
It's
the same thing when we go to haunted locations, like we protect ourselves, and same thing when we go out to the woods, we say our prayers, we do the same thing. Cause like you said, Rob, you don't know what's out there, you don't.
You don't.
Yeah. So,
I'm a Christian too, Rob, and that's, you read the Bible and you hear all these, stories of giants and, the great floods and, Jesus walking on water stuff. It's just, it makes you wonder when you're doing this, is this a sin to be looking for Bigfoot? Like, what is, like today, for example, I went to the preacher's house and I spent some time at my preacher Steve's house, and I think it was last week or week before last, one of their calves went missing, and all that was left behind was the head. And he said, "Oh well, someone stole our calf, and they cut the head off." And immediately I'm like, "Those were no thieves. That was a daggum Bigfoot." That's what I was thinking in my head. But I've told him that, I got a YouTube channel. It's what we do. We go Bigfoot hunting because we went out there yesterday too. And when we got home, me and my neighbor was investigating what happened last night. What I was telling you about, Rob. We went back out, but
oh yeah, right, yeah.
And he just wasn't buying into it. He's like, "Oh, that's cool." Anyway, it was this pigeon box wanting to build. He just changed the subject, and it was making me wonder, like, does he think, that I shouldn't be doing that? It makes you wonder, like, what's your place in it? But it feels like it all comes to you for a reason, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
I agree.
I don't think that if you go out looking for Bigfoot, that's a sin, because a lot of people, like Rags in the chat room, believes that Bigfoot is part of God, and God is a part of this whole phenomenon, right? An ancient person, ancient people. I don't think that if you look for it and research it, that's anything. It's, hey, listen, you could be God could, it could be a sin researching anything in the medical field today, right? I mean, look what just happened in 2020. We all know the criminals involved with that, not to be political, right? So I don't think that it's anything. Hey, look, spitting on the sidewalk, people will call you a sinner, okay? As long as you believe in your heart what your true belief system is, I think you're fine. What I do, I'm a religious guy. I talk to God every night. And every night I tell him I'm a sinner. Please forgive me. I'm fine with that, me personally. And if that's really according to what Jesus preaches, then we're all fine. Looking for Bigfoot to me, or Dogman, or experimenting in the paranormal. Hey, listen, he gave us free will to make our choices, right?
Right.
To try to learn. It's all about learning to me. This to me is all about learning. It's a mystery that's never going to be unraveled. I don't think that's anything against the law of Jesus or the
Well, and I think your intentions when you go out, is everything. If you go out looking to, unalive one, then I don't think that's good. But if you go out there just because you want to do research and get evidence, I don't have any problems with that. And that's
people, people in the medical field, Krista, would be sinners now, and they're researching,
Right.
Now, of course, if you're, the Nazi in the Third Reich and you're experimenting on bodies, that's a different story, right? Killing people,
Yeah. And I just think, a lot of people, especially with the churches, and I'm not knocking churches. Don't think I am, because, I actually do go to
sinners
church sometimes.
Church. I'll be back in a minute.
Well, I was raised in a Catholic church and had to attend mass and all that good stuff. However, I think a lot of churches, as far as like in the paranormal, they think that it's, all bad and it's all, the demonic and this and that. And I asked a preacher one time, my preacher, of, what if you had this person come to you because they're scared, weird things are happening in their house. Are you going to help them? And he couldn't answer me yes. And I said, well, see, this is where I go in and I help them because I believe them, number one, and we go in and we try to debunk it. We try to find, a logical explanation. We don't just jump to ghost, And so, he listened to me. And so I appreciate the fact that he listened to me, but yet he won't go and, bless someone's house because there's something going on. So, that's why I feel like what I do, I don't feel like I'm wrong in doing it, because I genuinely do want to help people, Yeah.
Yeah. It just, you sit there and you think about that. It's a little weird, but yeah, I don't know. It does seem like the more you look into it, the less you find, and then things catch you off guard.
Yeah.
Like I'll have to send a video to you, Krista. I haven't had a chance to send it to you because not last night, but the night before last. My neighbor Zach has some things going on in life, and he needed somebody to talk to. So I went over to his house. He literally lives right across the highway from me. Our driveways are almost the same driveway, just on the other side of the asphalt. So I go over there. I'm talking. Trying to put him back there. He's kind of messed up over it, and we was in his garage and we heard some howling, and we just kind of poked our heads out of the garage, and it ended up being coyotes. But we could hear something walking. So we're just kind of got our attention, and we're kind of whispering, "What do you think it is? Probably deer." It walks all the way up to the house, and we're just kind of like, is that a person? You know, we're being sneaky, like, come on out. Wait, when he jumps out, let's get him. But it walked behind the garage. You'd have to see this house. This house is built on the side of a giant hill that goes down to the river. And there's nothing but forest behind it. So if it was a person there, they'd have to have a light at like 10:30 or 11 o'clock at night. I don't know what time it was. It was 2 o'clock in the morning when I left there after this happened. But it walks up to the house. We're listening. It walks behind the garage, and we're listening to it walk. And it's close. And the flashlight's within hand's reach, but we're just kind of stay still to see what this is. And it kind of starts to walk away back down the hill. And then we hear metal bang. So we grab flashlights. We go over there and we're looking and we're, don't see nothing. We don't hear no walking, no more banging. I grab a piece of pipe because he's got a bunch of scrap metal behind the little garage. So I grab a piece and I start banging on some other scrap metal there, thinking if it was a deer, we're going to scare it off, or a person, something's going to happen. We hear off in the distance something running. And his phone wasn't recording when the running started. I mean, it was just crashing through the woods. And he looked at his phone and realized it wasn't recording, got to record. And it started walking towards us, and it walked right up just to the edge of where our flashlights couldn't reach. And it started banging on something metal.
Wow.
So I would start beating on something metal. Zach, he's like, can I just shoot? I'm like, no. We did that for, we probably did that. I'll have to count, but probably 6 or 7 times. It would bang on metal. I would bang on metal. It would bang on metal. I'd bang on metal. And I would whoop and kind of trying to get it to say something, do something. No flashlights down there. It couldn't have been 35, 40 feet from us. It was right in front of us. We did that back and forth. It went back towards the river and kind of a sprint. Me and Zach, I think the video was like 17 minutes long of him sitting on the back porch where his hot tub is, where I initially walked up.
Wow.
And I guess it got a little bit of distance on us. And as soon as it got down there where we couldn't hear it walking nowhere, would knock. So that's why we're like, okay. And that was Zach's first. Again, another one of those moments where you couldn't see what it was. And I didn't have none of this stuff with me. I wished I would have. I would have at least seen what it was. But
yeah,
I'll send you a video of that.
Okay, love to see it. Yeah,
you mentioned something that I'm kind of. The more and more I do this, I've been doing this for I started really looking into in 2018. This channel, maybe 3 or 4 years I've done this. I'm not sure. And the longer I've done this, I'm not thinking that Bigfoot, this is just what I'm kind of putting together, my own personal opinion. I'm not so sure that the traditional wood knock that a lot of people suggest is a Bigfoot smacking a tree branch on a barrel or base of a tree stump. I'm beginning to think there's more about them smacking their lips together and making that sound.
The
I wonder, Chris, I never asked this. What do you guys think about that?
I think they do that, like I did a minute ago. But they, they're obviously got a lot bigger mouth, so they would be loud. Miguel mentioned something last week where he said sometimes what you think is a woodpecker isn't always a woodpecker. Have you ever seen a gorilla beat on its chest?
Yeah.
It sounds like a woodpecker.
Yeah.
It's a weird sound. I was like, I never thought of that. You're right. It could be.
Could very well be. Yeah. Well, Chris here says Outdoor University caught one live knocking on a tree. That's interesting. Because, I'm like you, it could be like a cluck from their mouth, I was going to say, I've never seen one, beat on the tree, but anything's possible,
Do you think that, of course, you have, you watch these television shows and you always got some guy, and they sell them today, the wood knock things, which I think is a cool tool to have in the forest. they're banging on a tree for whatever the reason. They don't know why they're banging on a tree. Much like these people that they'll take the Sierra sounds and they'll blast them into the forest, which I don't think is the best idea because you really don't know what the Sasquatch are saying.
Well, I just did that 2 weeks ago. I do that.
No, I think I'm all for it.
I know.
I'm all for it. Hey, listen, I'm right there with you. I would do it. But how do we really know what the Bigfoot are saying in the Sierra Sounds, for example? You don't know if people put these audible sounds out there, if it's a mating call, which could cause some problems at your camp, or if it's an aggressive, aggressive verbiage to cause them to attack, or maybe not attack so much, but to become aggressive at your camp. So I'm kind of leery about some of these things that folks do, like gifting. Hey, okay, fine. Gift them marbles, gift them article of clothing. Don't give food. Because once you stop, they get ticked off. And then they expect it, then they get a little more aggressive. I mean, my 2 cents, my thoughts, what I've heard, what I've learned, I just don't know. It's that's why it's such a mystery. And thank you. I just seen somebody left a super chat. That was Lori. Thank you, Lori. Good to see you again. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate you. So what's your thoughts on all that? Do you think it's wise? I mean, I think it's cool. I'm all for it. I think the verbalizations that people are booming in the forest might not be such a good idea.
Yeah, I haven't done it very much at my house as far as calling out or testing. I do house. I don't know.
No, I mean you don't have to. You just your thoughts. I mean, I know that all these questions are just your thought process. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I have no answers.
Well, Hawk says I smacked a log on a rock and got bluff charged.
Oh, and maybe that's an aggressive move. We don't know. We just don't know.
Brandy and I were down in Falk with Will Lunsford, and Brandy just tossed a rock. She didn't even throw it in the woods. She just kind of tossed it, and that it's all kinds of ticked them off. Yeah, they got real active.
I feel like that's what we were doing the other night with whatever was going on there. Was it didn't want to back down, and it was almost like it knew where that metal was at on the ground, and it went right back to that middle because it heard me beat on metal, and it was like this is my spot. No, this is my spot. It was. I feel like that's what was going on. I know. Zach almost just started. I seen your full video. I'm like, don't shoot. I want to see it. Don't do it.
Right. Yeah. There's a lot of weirdness that goes out there. And I mean, it's all a matter of trial and error. What works for this Bigfoot might not work for this one,
Yeah, it's like fishing. Keep throwing different baits, lures. See what's biting on.
Exactly.
And even, the more I've been doing this too, and Krista probably gets this too. You do probably too, Adam. Just because a Bigfoot throws rocks towards you or at you doesn't mean that they're mean or aggressive, right? They're just telling you, get out of here.
I believe that because if they wanted to hit you with that rock, they're going to hit you.
They have precision. They're like a pro athlete, in my opinion. They want to hit you with the rock they could.
Agreed.
Yeah, especially if they do rock throwing for hunting,
right? For sure.
Rabbits or birds, deer, whatever they eating.
Yep. I believe if they wanted to get you with that rock, they would get you. Because you hear like how close they fall. They come to people, but they don't hit them. So
they come right up to your tents, Krista.
Yeah, they did. I had one right behind my head.
I know you did. And even the ones you hear the stories about the Bigfoot just took his big arms and crashed it down on a tent. He was I think, just being more inquisitive than trying to harm whoever's inside the tent. My opinion,
Yeah.
People get mad when I say this. I don't think that I still to this day do not think that Bigfoot is the friendly forest giant. A lot of people get mad when I say that, but it's only because of what happened to me, which was negative. But the more I've been doing this, the Bigfoot is kind of just wants to be left alone.
Yeah.
Right. They will show themselves to you if they want to.
I think the juveniles, I think
they're
the ones that are coming in the yards and looking at the windows because, like you just said, they're learning.
But I do have to ask you this. You're kind of in the same boat as me when it comes to the tricksters out in the forest, these things that are not even Bigfoot. But I do have to ask you, because it's always one of mine and Krista's favorite topics. Would you like to come across in your research a dog man?
No, absolutely not. Those things are the proof that the devil is real. I think that those things could potentially be summoned. The Bible does talk about the devil's hellhounds, and I think that's what they are.
Gotcha.
No,
I don't think they're out chasing.
Mm-hmm.
Those things are just absolutely scary. They have no sense in being on this earth. There's no reason.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I've gotten more accounts from people about the dog man that are never. Of course, I will say this though, dog man, with the exception of like the land between the lakes, and maybe a couple few other stories, where there was tragedy involved. This not so much, but what it is all the people I've spoken to, their intent is to let you know that they're top of the food chain and they can eat you, they can get you whenever they want. And I think that they like to scare us more than anything. I mean, they get off on trying to scare people. That's my thought process.
Yeah.
And I do believe
often
some
wonder.
Demonic. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Rob.
No,
I often wonder if those red eyes that I seen was potentially a dog man because I didn't see what it was. I just could only see its eyes.
Yeah.
Because years later, when me and Brittany got together, we moved in here at Mom and Dad's, and Brittany was going to town, and that's when she seen her dog man.
Wow.
She thought it was a horse in the middle of the road. It was just. She said it had no hair on it. It was just black skin. It was like all the hair fell off of it. It jumped from the yellow line over the white line, over the ditch, and the barbed wire fence on that side of the road. And that's a 25-foot jump from standing still.
Yeah. You're coming up to the conference, and our pre-party is there in Lexington. And about a half mile from where the conference is, a dog man was seen. It was in the cornfields across the road.
Well, that's awesome, man. Patty just mentioned that, I think.
Yeah, she did. That's what. Yeah.
And then, and the other thing, Adam, where we're all staying, we're staying at every place we're staying is at a haunted facility, but also but also on top of that, there's been Bigfoot within a few miles.
Bigfoot happened right there. Well, it happened at the ranch. Yes.
Been there, and so his Dogman's been all there. So we are in the heart of all this phenomenon.
There's 3,000 acres there where the ranch is, and it used to be. It was a horse ranch, and it's right along the bluffs of the the Missouri River. Yeah.
Oh man.
So
don't come unarmed is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, man. I'm sorry to tell you that.
Well, I talked to Miguel the other day and about coming, and I told him you guys, are welcome to come that Thursday, and you guys can absolutely stay in the event center. Just bring a tent or a pod or air mattress. You guys are welcome to stay in the event center that evening with us. So
just bring the ambulance and sleep in it.
You can do that too.
Hey, I tell you
one thing it's missing is a turret.
There you go.
Flamethrowers, Gatling gun, maybe that'd be nice.
Well, what you need to get, I don't know if you have it already. You need like closed circuit cameras on your mobile there.
Yeah,
that's what we're thinking about. I do have a remote control camera mount that I can control with the remote, and my thermal connects to my phone. So there's been a few times we've set it on the roof and set up a decoy tent a few feet away from the ambulance with snoring sounds playing on a Bluetooth speaker, and we'll sit there and pan around and watch it, see if something will come in and mess with it. But
yeah, man, I'm picturing, because I know what type of mobile unit I'd want. You got to have like the TVs in there, some radar, so just like you see on what's that one show that most of us probably watch? The Command Center.
Oh, you're talking about like
Dogman Ranch
Adventures or something?
Oh no, not Dogman. Skinwalker Ranch. I like that Command Center they have. You got that guy with all the 50-inch TVs, and that's the ultimate right there.
Absolutely.
They've got a bread truck, not at this used car lot that I've been looking at. I'm not going to buy it, but I'm looking at this thing like, man, that would be the ultimate. Just like gut it and just set up a command center,
Put some Starlink internet on it and just take your podcast to all these conferences with you.
Oh God, yeah.
Yep.
My friend, not really a friend, but I personally talked to Christina Gomez, who's big in the ufology. She's doing that, and she's buying a bus, and she's going to be traveling all around the United States and setting up and researching UFOs and stuff. It was pretty sweet.
Yeah. Real quick, let me answer a question here. Barb, Krista may need to pitch a tent out there. I'm not sure I got my hotel date correct. Absolutely. If you need to, just let me know. Just message me at blondesandbooze@gmail.com. So
yeah, Barbara, we'll take care of you. Barb.
We won't make you sleep in your car.
Nobody's gonna be sleeping on the streets or in the fields,
Yep. And actually, she's coming really, really far. We have a lot of people coming far. Including we have someone coming from Alaska.
Yeah. They're coming from all over the United States.
Yeah. Yeah. Daniel Becker is the one that's coming from Alaska.
Yes. He's a former Michigander as well. He's got a cool channel too.
Yep. Yeah, he does.
He's a great researcher. He works with William Lunsford and Duke once in a while when he gets the chance to talk with him. Yeah.
And then we got Amy, said she's got a 14-hour drive. I know Brent Thomas, who I will be on with in 20 minutes on Texas Front Porch side. Brent is coming in from Idaho. I think he said he had like a 19-hour drive. And
Idaho.
Yeah. Yeah, so we've got
it's gonna be a good turnout at the Crossing Realms.
Oh yeah. Yep. I'm looking so forward to it just because, like, like you guys and all the speakers, the people in chat, like everybody, is our friends. And it's going to be great just to hang out with everybody.
It's always fun. Yes. This week, there's so much to do too. We're going to be there for almost a week and I'm really excited about it. It's going to be so much fun and just to meet the people. What I love most, all these people in chat that are coming to meet them face to face and put the name to the handle. And we have great speakers, of course. It'll be a great event. Oh, by the way, vendors, if you sell anything, it don't matter if it's Avon, crafts, clothing, vendor tables, you guys. I know it's kind of late. We've been advertising since December. $75. And hey, come on down and just sell your product and get it out there because there's going to be literally hundreds. Chris, so there's going to be thousands walking through this event, I think.
Well, there's a lot of people. Well, we've sold a lot of tickets.
It's gonna be pretty.
We went to Bigfoot Festival in Washington. That's gonna be basically the same thing you guys are doing, and it was very busy, very busy.
Yeah, that's awesome. It
was a lot bigger than out there. It was outdoor, just like you guys are talking. Yeah. It was amazing.
That's why we decided to do the pre-party the day before because Friday and Saturday we're going to be busy working.
Yep.
We're not going to have any time to,
to hang out with everybody. Yep. So if everybody is available, tune in here in 20 minutes over to Texas Front Porch. You have myself and Brent Thomas from Paranormal Portal. We're taking over Texas Night Owl tonight.
Yeah, Texas somewhere lost in America. I don't know.
I don't even know where Tex is.
I don't know where he is. He didn't even do a show Monday. That you and Brandy did the show yesterday, did you not?
I did. I filled in for him last night on Texas.
Yeah, who knows where Tex is?
I don't know. So anyway, everybody come over there and hang out with Brent and I.
Yeah. And I want to thank everybody for coming into this show. There was any questions? No, do you guys think there could be different types of Bigfoot like there are aliens?
I already asked
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
I think Bigfoot is like a species of just like human beings, right? We have different cultures, different races. Same thing with Bigfoot, all these things.
Yeah.
Also, thank you to Keith for the gifting to 5 pirates. Free Your Mind became a member, joined up again for her 7th month. Gary Pop Spike Sr., 18-month a pirate. Free Your Mind with the super chat. Lori for the super chat. You guys rock. Donations not expected. Always appreciated, you guys. If you're new, subscribe to Bigfoot Michigan Rob, the Blondes and the Booze. And of course, Adam's channel is the Half-Inch Wrench Crew, and the link is in this show notes. Click on it and subscribe. You will not be disappointed. They do a great job. Fantastic job, I might add. And I don't say that too often, and I really mean that. So thanks, Adam, for coming on.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you.
And I just shared the link to Texas show for 20 minutes.
Very nice. Oh, wow. You're getting very adept on the computer.
I know, right?
Yeah, wow. You don't even do that for me, and I'm supposed to be your bestie. Jeez.
I do too, Rob. Thank you.
You're welcome. You don't give me some crap.
I know. It's all good.
Thanks, everybody. And Adam, what do you got going on, man? You got some outside of research. What's up? Any upcoming special shows on your channel coming up?
Like I said, we're just rolling with the punches at this point. My thermal drone is down, so that's kind of holding us back big time. With fall here, I've been waiting all summer for the leaves to drop, and they're finally dropping, and now I can't get this thing in the air. It's a software issue where they're trying to get it sorted out, but just keep hitting it hard. Hope they come to us and get that footage filmed.
Yeah,
awesome.
Well, I had a lot of fun tonight with you, man. A lot of great stories, good insights. Continue on with your success.
And then Thursday night, Brandy and I have Miguel from Sasquatch Theory. He'll be coming on.
Very nice. That's on Thursday. I'll be on Thursday with Monica this coming Thursday. I don't know what we're doing yet. And then with you and Brandy and maybe Monica next Saturday night. So, yeah, we got a lot of stuff. We're on 7 days a week, folks, just except for Sunday. Just turn on the alert bells.
Brandy and Brandy are on Sunday.
Oh, Brandy, yeah, I can always forget that. Truth or tinfoil? Yes.
Truth or tinfoil.
Yes, very nice. So thanks, everybody.
Thanks for having me on, guys. I
love
your guys' shows. I try to hop on, but I don't always get the notifications. But every time I see him, I hop in there like.
That's the same. I always go back and watch yours.
Yeah, no, I do watch your show. When listen, let's be honest. We can't watch every show because we have lives. But the replay is available for everybody and watch at your convenience, whether it's live or the replay. It all counts. Short of you, and you might learn something.
Yep, absolutely.
So it's an awesome show tonight.
Yep.
Thank you, guys. And sorry I was late.
You're good. You made it. That's what's important.
It's live TV, I guess, right? Shit happens.
Yep, it does.
Thank you. See ya, Krista. Adam, thank you. Thanks to everybody who popped on in and watched. Have a great night, and talk to you guys this week in a couple days. Good night.
Yeah.
See you guys.
This is the future. Evolution.
The Crossing Realms Conference launches September 19th and 20th and will dock in Richmond, Missouri. This is already being called the event of the year, folks. With an unprecedented list of speakers and special guests, 2 days of cryptids, UFOs, and paranormal presentations, along with a celebrity-filled ghost hunt, meet and greet, gallery reading, vendors, and a film screening. This promises to be both educational and fun. Go to eventbrite.com to secure your tickets and vendor slots before they are all abducted. They're going fast.